The first video game appeared in 1962 and was called Space Wars, a shoot-up game with animated spaceship icons on a black and white monitor. After this, Atari, the first game company, created Pong, Space Invaders, and Pac-Man, and video games started to develop into what we know today. By the 80s, the market was saturated with similar boring games, which led to a crash. And so indie was born in response to this phenomenon. In 1985, the Oliver twins, two British brothers, started developing video games while they were still in school.
It started as a hobby, and yes, it turned into obsession, turned into a career, I guess.
Their first game was called Super Robin Hood and was published by Codemasters. Following in their footsteps, many young geeks started creating the games they would have liked to play. Thus, the indie movement was born as a response to the corporate mainstream trends. Simply put, indie means independent from the mainstream. Indie movement artists have a better control of their work, and they adopt the ways of do-it-yourself and collaboration with their community. So this would be indie. Publishing your own book is indie too. But maybe you know better if we're talking about bands like The Killers that started in a basement. So what's special about indie games? There are a few features that make them different from the mainstream trends. When do you think this game was created? Well, La Mulana is a 2005 production. It is a freeware platform designed to look, sound and play like a classic 80s game, using the 16-color palette and the low resolution of those times. Facade is an artificial intelligence-based interactive story created by Michael Metes and Andrew Stern. It was the winner of the Grand Jury Prize at the 2006 Slamdance Independent Games Festival and has been exhibited at several international art shows. It incorporates elements of both video gaming and drama, being an interactive fiction experience.
Chloe, remember it was almost exactly 10 years ago tonight that you introduced us? Senior year of college?
Oh, jeez.
We really want to thank you for years and years of
Pain.
agony.
After reading about the flow theory, which concerns how human mental states operate, the game design student Yanova Chen designed Flow, a game in which players control a microscopic organism exploring the depth of a vast prehistoric sea. Chen is the best example of how independent and experimental game creators are recruited by big corporations in their attempt to foster independent creative work. The Blob was designed by a team of students from Utrecht as a kiosk game where passersby in an information center would casually play for a few minutes and then move on. It is a 3D game in which the player controls a ball of paint rolling through the city. Almost everything is paintable: buildings, trees, cars, and using the paint trays, even the ground. The main goal of the game is to paint all 17 landmark buildings. Second-Hand Lands is the massively multiplayer online game set in a fairy tale world colored with parody and witty fun. The heroes are comprised of a motley crew of wolves, sheep, catgirls, and scrapers who have pledged their undying allegiance to either Little Bo Peep or Red Riding Hood.
Indie games are incredibly important. The biggest innovation going on in our industry right now is within indie games. That's the spark of new ideas coming for a relatively low cost and low risk. People can try new things. And frankly, I'm astounded by the number of new Flash games and small PC downloadable games that have come out in the last 5-10 years from companies and people who have never made games before in their life.